As the world continues to develop rapidly, structures being designed are ever increasing in complexity, hence the invention of portal frames. Portal frames are structural frames consisting of columns, beams, and rafters joined by a moment-resisting connection. The rigid joints transfers the bending moment into the columns, permitting the structure to resist horizontal and vertical loads efficiently. This stability makes the usage of portal frames ideal for warehouses, as its structure excludes intermediary columns, which allows for large, unobstructed spaces inside the building. A warehouse model with portal frames was made through Revit to meet the requirements outlined in the proposal, with each factor attentively considered to best suit you, the client. Given the portal frame's parameters of 32 meters length, 22 meters frame span, and 10 meters height, 5,125.5 millimeters was chosen as the optimal spacing between each columns, allowing 7 portal frames across the warehouse's length.
Girts were chosen to offer further strength, with the spacing being below the maximum of 12 meters, fulfilling the spandex support spacing requirements. Vertical rib cladding was used as mandated in the design brief to be light slack spandex. This is readily available in Australia and has simple fixings, making it cost-effective and easy to install. The roofing pitch was selected to be 6 degrees. This fits the Cliplock Classic 700 model minimum pitch while ensuring it can sufficiently drain water. The roof overhangs 200 millimeters, matching the foundation's 200 millimeter lip, to keep continuity throughout the design and provide coverage on walkways on the outskirts of the building. 2 innovative components, not specified in the design brief but included for customer satisfaction, include the choice of windows and an external staircase. The windows on the ground floor are smaller than those on the top floor to optimize storage and wall spacing while still allowing enough light and airflow internally. Likewise, the inclusion of an outside staircase allows for access to the mezzanine level directly. This was not requested by the client, however, this feature provides more internal space and a simpler construction, as the staircase can be prefabricated off-site. A replica of the Revit portal frame was also generated in SpaceCast to analyze different load combinations on the structure and its conceptual possibilities.
Regarding the structural stability of this frame, 3 different diagrams have been referenced to predict the way the structure will respond to expected loading. Here, these diagrams purpose to determine which support is best, whether fixed, where no movement or rotation is allowed, or pinned, where rotation is allowed. So firstly, the deflection of the frame is considered, and we see it produces a minute reduction in magnitude and no shape difference, so it's negligible. Similarly, the shear force response produces the same minute differences, so it doesn't assist the decision. However, the bending moment has significant difference. With the fixed support, there is a bending moment at the foundation, whereas the pinned support, as well as providing movement room for thermal expansion, does not direct bending moment to the foundation. The column that suits the span is designed to withstand the bending moment we see. However, the foundation requires extra expensive bolstering. Thus, we propose to you, client, to construct with pinned supports for foundational stability long term.
Column and rafter selection is categorized by span length in increments of 5 meters. As a span is less than 25 but greater than 20 meters, we have exercised conservative judgment and selected the columns and rafters suitable for 25 meter spans. This resulted in a much larger column cross-sectional area and a slightly larger rafter cross-sectional area. Although the larger product induces a higher cost with the additional required material, this investment is worth it to expand the scope of usage, location of usage, and the lifetime of the structure, as it has a greater capacity to withstand these intense applied loads. SpaceCast includes a range of loads to accurately model the portal frame. These loads can be categorized into 3 subgroups: dead, live, and wind loads. Dead loads are permanent and will not move. These loads are represented as case 1G. Live loads are loads that will be applied to the structure and that will move and change. These loads are represented as case 3Q. Wind loads are caused by air pressure and currents. SpaceCast represents them as 3 directions: case 101, internal longitudinal wind; case 102, internal crosswind; and case 107, external crosswind. These loads were calculated in a range of combinations to ensure the portal frame adhered to Australian standards.